that were in the search, okay? All the devices. Okay, so the ROV is a robotic operational vehicle. This is like a big giant box, okay? A big giant like robot square box. Looks like a, if you ask me, it looks like a generator. This is the ROV that runs around the ocean, underneath the ocean, and it looks, okay? This is a ROV. This is a robotic operational vehicle that operates under the ground, and it searches and it looks and it searches and it sends back camera images and videos for people on the surface. Okay, this is a ROV. For the first few days, they had 2 ROVs underneath the surface. By yesterday, they added 2 more. Okay, so that's a ROV. Then you have the P-3, that's a Canadian airplane. And then you have the P-130 aircraft, which I'm assuming is the American aircraft. All right, so you guys understand. When you go to Canada, perfect. So a lot of people think that this submarine is American or it was on American soil when they took a ride. No. The person that made it, Oceangate, Mr. Rush, Stockton Rush, is from the UK. Mr. Hamden, the aviator guy, is from Great Britain, billionaire. Peter Henry, French billionaire that always take dives to the Titanic. And then you have Mr. Dawood and his son from Pakistan. None of these people were American, right? So we have 2 Pakistanians, then we have 1 person from the UK, Great Britain, 2 people, and then France, okay? Then you have New York City, and then you have the harbor where the Titanic laid to rest, because remember the Titanic took its in 1612, I get my numbers mixed up. 1912, the Titanic took its first ride from New York Harbor. And it crashed right out in the harbor, right up under Newfoundland, Canada. Newfoundland, Canada. So right above New York and Maine, you have Canada. And then right out to the west, I'm on the west, East Coast, West Coast, west side. West side would be California. I'm on the east side. So the east of New York is the harbor, and south of Newfoundland, Canada would be the harbor. And that's where the Titanic is. The submersible is a distraction. So I don't know, we got to pray spiritual. So they did not get in the boat. They did not get on this submersible in New York or in America. They went to Newfoundland, Canada. Right off the coast of Newfoundland, Canada is a small little island called St. John. Y'all can Google it. St. John. So what happens is they dock at St. John. While they're at St. John, there's a platform like this, like motorboat thingy. I don't know. But they put the submersible on top of it, and everyone rides that boat out to the middle of the ocean near the harbor, Atlantic. Then what happens is that little boat thing sinks at the bottom like this, and then the submersible gets off in the water and sinks out, and then it comes back, and now they're at the control. So the top of it is the control tower. The Oceangate Prince of Peace is what it's called. Prince Peace. That's what his name is, I think I read. So the Prince of Peace is the Oceangate. Y'all get that name right for me. I think it was called the Prince of Peace. Can y'all confirm it? Anyway, the Prince of Peace sits on top of the water while the submersible, which is the Oceangate submersible, which is called a Cyclops, I think, it goes down. So there's a control unit at the top, okay? So the control unit on this particular day, they should have left those folks alone. They died a horrible death on the Titanic. Whew. Some people are they're so intrigued by the Titanic and all those people people just are intrigued by that stuff. But you got to remember, it's spirits everywhere. Spirits be spiriting. Like, spirits are real. When people die, they come back to you in the form of a dream. Sometimes when you lose a grandma or mama, you be sitting there and the clock go to ticking and the this and that. Spirits are real. So I don't know what took place, but I do want y'all to understand that it was not on American soil. And none of those people in that submersible was American. But yet and still, we, the Coast Guard, we are friendly with Canadians. And we went out and we sacrificed our Coast Guard and the Air Force to help for the search, okay? Because it was on U.S. soil. Well, I guess once they got to the Titanic, I mean, I guess that's our harbor. But to me, that's no man's land. Like, who owns the harbor? But there is a company that owns the wreckage to the Titanic. Well, they paid $250,000 to sign their life away. What we've heard about the contract is before you sign the contract, you have to read through the waiver. And the waiver tells you if you may experience bodily harm, you may experience some traumatic instances, some trauma, or you may experience death. But you are not allowed to sue us. So what you need to do is sign this contract saying that you can't sue us and give me 250 grand and get on, you signing your life away, Miss Gemini. I would have never gotten a ragged ass thing. One of the passengers were descendants of people who's on. Well, I was waiting on that rumor to come out, Sanise. I was waiting on that rumor to come out because my thing is, you know, the boat did come from New York, and there was a lot of people that came from Europe back in the day through through New York. A lot of people came through New York, but I was waiting on that rumor. But is that a fact that somebody was a relative? I was waiting on somebody to say that. I was waiting on that. Only if it's clean. Okay. If it's a clean video. Well, I'm reading now. Okay, so listen. Okay, so now, okay, so send me that, Sanise, send me that receipt so we can look through it. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, so this is my question. Okay, so now we understand what the ROVs are. We understand what the P3 was, the flying device. And the P3 was one of the devices that kept trying to identify big rocks and big objects that may have been the submersible, but to no avail. So now today we hear that these people have died due to the fact, well, I can't say due to the fact, because all week long we've been covering this story, and this is the first that I've heard that it imploded as soon as it went down. So there's a lot of stories, because one story says they lost contact 1 hour and 45 minutes into the dive. Then we have David Pogue that works for CBS that says he was on the control panel and they were texting to up to 5 hours. So this is where this stuff starts getting sketchy for me. And for me, I can't call it. If it don't make sense for me, then I can't call it. You get what I'm saying? So 1 minute you lose contact at 1 hour and 45 minutes. Then David Pogue from CBS, which I assume is a reputable reporter, he's saying that he was there witnessing them typing and texting for 5 hours. And now rumor has it that it just exploded. It was done. That as soon as they went in, it closed in. And so did they say what the message? No, he didn't say. No, he didn't say what the message said. So what he said was, he just was making sure that we were clear on what he was. He was like, to be clear. And here's Russian Pogue talking right here. This is another conversation between the owner of Oceangate and Pogue from CBS. Pogue writes to him, it seems like this submersible has some elements of MacGyver, like Jerry Rigness. Listen to this. Look, I'm going to let y'all read. I'm going to mirror this. So this is funny. So this is the gentleman from CBS. So let me let y'all see the names. Okay, so from the side, this is Pogue Rush. Pogue Rush. This is a text message, right? So at the bottom, this is David Pogue with a check mark, and he works for CBS. Okay, so this is a conversation that he had with Oceangate CEO Stockton Rush. Okay, so it says it seems this submersible has some elements of MacGyver, and everyone knows what MacGyver is. The old television show for everybody that's 45 and older. MacGyver would entertain us in our living rooms, and MacGyver was a very crafty man that could make a car out of a cardboard and some bicycle tires. He could make a fire out of a bottle of water and a tea bag. So that's how good, right? Pure, that's you, baby. Period. Pure. I told you I was going to show it today. Pure sent me this. So, okay. So he said it seemed like the submersible is little elements of MacGyver. Jerry Rigness. You're like we bought these handles of camperworld.com. Wow. Now he reading. This a read. You're like, we bought these handles off camperworld.com. So he buying stuff from camperworld.com. You're like, these thrusters are modified from some other purpose. So he's just getting all these modified and half dead ass materials to actually take people on a long dive, 13,000 feet into the ocean. Okay. Then Rush says, I don't know if I'd use the description of it, but there are certain things that you want to be buttoned down, and that's the pressure vessel. So the pressure vessel is not MacGyver at all, because that's where we work with Boeing and NASA and the University of Washington. That part, once the pressure vessel is, you're certain it's not going to collapse on everybody. Everything else can fall. It doesn't matter. Your thrusters can go. Your lights can go. All these things can fail. You're still going to be safe. And so that allows you to do what you can. MacGyver, what you call MacGyver stuff. So everything else can fail. And then that's when you step in with your MacGyver 1-2. Okay. You just have to be very careful about the life support system, the sub itself, the oxygen system, the carbon dioxide scrubbing, all that stuff that needs to be buttoned down. And then Pogue says, but surely I'm not the first lay person to say, I can't believe this isn't a more finished, solid, state-of-the-art NASA electronic. I mean, you're putting construction pipes on the ballast. Freaking construction pipes. Rush then says, people are surprised by it, and not people in the industry, because that's what they do. I mean, the French had bags of stuff they dropped. The Russians used just steel shot with a little magnetic release, and they drop it. All deep diving subs are prototypes. And we all said that, you know, it was all experimental. So everything this guy was doing was always experimental. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so this is the verbiage. So the thing about Rush is very hot-headed, and Rush is extremely arrogant. Okay, Love says, I feel like when you decide to get a piece of trash to go there, it's your own fault. And that's exactly what it was, a piece of fucking trash. And one thing we read about on yesterday's live was that Rush was upset because the United States kept flagging him. They kept saying, no, we won't approve this. No, we won't approve that. We disapprove of this, and kept telling him to get this submersible up to par. Like, it doesn't fit regulations. It doesn't comply with regulations. We're not allowing you, thank you, Foxy, we're not allowing you to take this device out from United States soil. And that's where he found a loophole, and he started dropping and taking the dive with the submersible in Canada, Newfoundland, Canada, to be exact, off of St. John. All right, Love says he didn't care about the passengers. No, he just wanted their money to fulfill his sick dream. Very much so. Very much so. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And the fact that you just, like, if you're going to build something and be innovative about it, I know it takes a lot of money. And he had just raised $18 million to build another Cyclops. $18 million to build another device. And we'll get into some of these stories in a second. But this man is very high strung, extremely arrogant. And you can tell that he's an idealist and he's an innovator and very, very, very intelligent. But he also takes shortcuts. He wants to save a dime. Yep, he wants to save a dime. And the fact that you put death in a contract and force people to sign it to take a ride, baby, you were definitely dancing with the devil. The only downside to everything, yes, everybody died. And guess what, sir? So did you. Everybody died. And guess what, dum-dum? So did you. $1 million in gas for one trip. Yep. So, yeah. And people do want to be thrilled. There's a lot of memes and a lot of BS that's people putting all over the internet. We won't cover that. But this is where he raised $18 million. I went on geekwire.com for this information. So right here, it shows you where he raised $18 million to build a bigger submersible fleet and set up Titanic trips. Okay, so he was in the process of building more. And this is how these things look. Like, this is circumference. They're like 21 feet long. So this is the Cyclops 1 going through an annual maintenance check at the shop. And their shop is in Everett, Washington. Okay. They raised $18.1 million in new investments, laying the financial groundwork for an expansion of its fleet of deep-sea submersibles and setting the stage for dives to the 108-year-old Titanic shipwreck in 2021. The funding round was reported in documents filed today with the Securities and Exchange. Okay? So this is the actual document from the Security and Exchange Commission. So this is the actual document that they filed right here. They about to get it pumping. So the only thing is, this is a lot of money. A lot of money. All right, so let me read this document to you guys. So this is like an insurance identity. So the name of the insurance company, of course, is Oceangate. It's located in Washington, D.C. The address is 1205 Craftsman Way, okay, in Everett, Washington. The related persons to this business, of course, is Mr. Rush, and he uses the same address. And also there's another business partner, too. Joel Perry and Doug Gorder. Also, Bob Schumann. Let's see if we have any more. Oh, Jeffrey Barker, John Lockman, Jim Snyder, Michael Filardi, Diana Radel. So all these people are partners and investors of this fleet, of this submersible. So they're going to lose a lot of money. And look, they're all executive officers. You see? This is a mirror thing. So there's Rush. Oh, Rush, the executive officer, director, and promoter. And everyone else is executive officers. Okay. All right. So furthermore, offering and sales amount. So this is the thing. $19,312,800 in sales amounts. But let me see, what about equity? Because if this is insurance, I'm trying to figure out what are they entailing? Like, the people can't even sue you. So would the insurance be paying the fact that this submersible went underwater and it imploded? Is this what this is going to cover? Because It doesn't cover life or death. We already know that. It doesn't cover bodily injury. And it doesn't cover any traumatic or mental health injuries, right? Because they signed their lives away. They signed the waiver. So I'm assuming this type of insurance covers wreckage. That's the only, because if you get hurt, you can't be compensated. Okay. The raggedy ass. Okay. So hold on. We have a caller. Hey, love yours, baby.
No, they're not covered. But I wanted to say this. Y'all remember those niggas? Not even niggas. Y'all remember the boys in school that we used to pick on? The little scrawny ones with the glasses. They used to have like the classes that we weren't a part of, but all the the nerdy niggas. These are the niggas that are controlling what the fuck is going on in the world right now. They are out with a vengeance. They are creating fucking robots to get back at all the hoes and the niggas that picked on them. That's what AI is. That I'm telling you. They are sitting there. They in their dorm rooms. They're in their homes, and they are out for us, baby. That's what's going on right now. Tyrone?
I can definitely agree that a lot of the nerds are controlling the tech world. I can definitely agree. But
Somebody say I sound crazy. You say I sound crazy? So your hood nigga, your baby daddy is controlling Tesla, AI, and the rest of this shit? So is it your hood, baby? How the fuck do I sound crazy when it's the nerds that are controlling all of this? How the fuck do I sound crazy?
well, I can definitely say that there are some intelligent brains that are behind tech.
True,
They're
but
very
they're
they're
not
very
using.
intelligent.
But let's be honest, they're not using it to retaliate on because we used to have crack a day. They're not using it for shit like, you feel me? Like these people, they're the nerds. They are using this shit to retaliate. That's the way I really feel about it. You remember Total Recall,
I remember Total Recall.
the movie? This shit has always been predicted. Like all this shit was they knew it was gonna happen. It's just all the nerds had to gang up and get it to happen. But y'all can say I'm crazy, but these nerds are running things. They are.
Thank you so much, Love Yours. So Love Yours' opinion is the nerds are coming to get up. It's the revenge of the nerds. That's her opinion, and she's sticking to it.
Period, love wars.
Now, that's Love Yours.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, right. But I think it's some very high intellectual people that run the tech industry. And if anybody has a grievance with us, it would definitely be the United States government. They've been trying to take us out for a long time. And so, how we know the other people and shit wasn't nerds. So I'm definitely going to, the government always have conspiracy when it comes down to, melanated people, like genocide, population control, us, going from our native land of kings and queens, becoming slaves, working us for years and years for free. And then once we were freed, they still take and they take and they take. So that one thing that I think we all can agree on. Right. They were definitely trying to minimize population. But the only thing with this issue is no one in that vessel was melanated. No one in that vessel was from America. And they didn't even take the dive on U.S. soil. So in this instance, I think we can just separate it for a moment. And a lot of people like to say that, oh, they're hiding something else. They're covering up something else. Something is always being covered up, I do believe. But I can definitely say, with all the research that we've gathered with this Stockton guy, I can definitely say the United States continue to flatline him. They continue to push this man away. They continue to say, we don't want your idea. They continue to say that your regulations ain't regulating. They continue to say that your submersible is not up to par and not up to standards. Therefore, you can't hang with us. We all read that. We all saw that. Even with news reporters, David Pogue, hey, this is a joystick that you're driving this thing with? Oh. Even with Michael Weiss, he's one of the writers for The Simpsons. He even said he took a dive with them a few times and said every time that he would take a dive, it seems as though they were going to lose communication. They were going to lose communication. He said every single time he took a dive, they were going to lose communication. So I don't know what's covering up what, but I can definitely say in this instance that the United States government was definitely trying to push this guy out of the way. Like, we don't want you here. We don't want your submersible. We good. Can we all at least agree on that? Okay. It should have never been in the water. And that's why he went around the United States. He went around and went to Canada. He went to Canada. He went to Canada and he went to Newfoundland, Canada, off this little coast, St. John. Okay, so that's what we can agree on. Anything can be a setup. I definitely believe, a lot of things that when we're looking at something else, they're covering up something else. I do believe that even with the COVID shots, I swear to God, some of the people that I know, even me, once we took a shot, I can halfway remember shit. And I don't know if it's because I had an accident or it was from the COVID shot. So there's always, and then they were giving out this COVID shot like they were giving out government cheese. Like, what's so spectacular about this COVID vaccination that we just got to take it? And then when they went out and gave us the variables on this next round of Delta is going to attack older people and black folk and Latinos, I'm like, hold on. This sound like, wait a minute. Like, so there are a lot of things that, there's a bigger picture. And if you're not looking, so a lot of people did avoid the COVID vaccination. But now I read a report last month where they're coming for y'all. Everyone that did not get the COVID vaccination, they're finding a way to come for y'all. So many people died from COVID. It was ridiculous. So many. But if you haven't taken COVID, I did see a report that they're coming for us, y'all. All right. All right. So we can only assume that these people are no longer alive. Okay, we can only assume that these people are no longer alive. And I don't know if Oceangate is going to stop the production of these new submersibles because they have raised $18 million. I don't know who's going to be liable. And then also we cannot forget that good old Elon Musk, the person that actually owns Tesla, and he also owns a space company by the name of SpaceX. SpaceX not only have a rocket ship program, but also there's a internet program. He offers internet, like how you call AT&T and say I want internet. Elon Musk has an internet company by the name of Starlink. And you can buy Starlink for like $100 a month, or you can pay for a big package at $5.99 and you get internet. And somehow Stockton Rush used Starlink at some, I don't know how much of a percentage that they use Starlink, but there's a connection between Elon Musk communication company Starlink and this submersible. So we gotta we'll see what happens with that. I read yesterday where Elon Musk was like, representatives of Starlink was like, no, we don't use them for internet. They don't use us for internet. But Stockton Rush, if you go on Twitter, he put out a tweet. Thank you guys for Elon Musk for letting us use your Starlink, letting us use your internet connection, blah, 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 blah. So there's a lot of unanswered. They have a lot of money on purpose. They do. They do. There are also a lot of celebrities that invested in Oceangate. A lot. I wonder, can we find that list of investors? Because right now we got all the executives right here on this sheet. Here's the executive sheet, and I found it on geekwire.com. I found it on GeekWire. And if you go to the Securities and Exchange Commission, This is where I found it on geekwire.com. And these are all the owners right here. That we definitely know that these are the owners. Now, I haven't been able to find the investors, but these are the owners. Oh, shoot. Sorry, y'all. I'm touching it. Okay. And you can go at the SEC.com and you can pull this up yourself. Okay, so let's get back in here. So right here on geekwire.com, if you go on the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, it'll give you all the owners. Let me make it big for y'all. Okay, from the very top, you got Rush Stockton, you got Joel Perry, you have Doug Gorder, you have Bob Schumann, you have Jeffrey Barker, John Lockwood, Jim Snyder, Michael Ferlati, and Diana Radale. Okay. All right, send me some on IG. Okay. So if we can get that list of investors, that'll be great. And this is the insurance. Look, the type of filing, new notice, date of issue. Look, this is their filing notice of this. They filed this security exchange on 12/31/2019. Types of securities offers equity and total offering. Now, this is what I don't understand about this. The total offering amount is $19,312,808. I don't understand what the offerings and sales amount is, but that's a big amount. That's a big amount. So this is how this form look. And yeah. So I have to dig into that a little bit more to understand what that is before I start preaching on it, because it don't make sense to be giving y'all weird information and if it's not true, or information that's going to confuse you. All right, so I know we have a lot of investors, you guys, but I'd like to see that list of investors. And I looked very hard to try to find the contract last night, but I couldn't find it on the website. I couldn't find it anywhere. All right, but we did find this stepson. Okay, so this is this gentleman here. His name is, on one of his handles, his name is Audio Guy. So this is the person that everyone was going in on. Right, I can't find a contract nowhere. This is the person that everyone was like, you're his stepson, right? The guy from France. So let me put up these beautiful faces again. So it would be Paul Henry, stepson. Okay, gentleman from France. This gentleman here. And he was going on live to explain to you guys why, you know, he grieves different.
Believe it or not, I have about $100 to my name. I can't go out to the ocean. I have a legal situation keeping me here as well. I can't get on a flight. I don't have a passport. I was sitting here yesterday watching the news for 2 days straight. I go to a Blink-182 show because they have a ticket. It wasn't like I was having super fun. It wasn't like I was celebrating, having a great time. I was kind of just listening to some of my all-time favorite songs, kind of like nodding my head and just trying to get off the phone for like maybe like 2 hours or so and come right back into the drama. The submarine is stuck at the damn Titanic. There's nothing I can do for the situation at all. So that's...
Okay, I guess that stopped. All right. Hold on.
So you take a complete bitch like Cardi B, has no idea what's going on. Her career is in such turmoil, she needs clout off other people's suffering. And she's like, he won't go help. He blah, blah, blah. He goes to a rock concert, this and that. Tries to use the situation to exploit, like the news. They're not like feeling sorry that my mom has to take care of 2 kids. Not really giving a fuck that my stepdad's probably 99% chance he's dead. That doesn't matter. Doesn't care how we feel. Just trying to like fucking make gains. People like trolling, getting hate mail, all these things. And it's just fucked up. And to have Cardi B behind it, Cardi B, like, fucking grow up, get some class. Like, you're tasteless.
On the spectrum. So I think he was raised in a very sheltered, probably geek geared home, because some of the things he's been doing. So he spent 2 years in prison. Okay. And I think it's all because of stalking. So I'm going to pull up a few things to where he don't take no break on these women that he stalks. And he likes to say the N word, like nigga is his favorite word. I promise you. Even with this post, this is from Brian on Twitter, audio guy 182_. This one for you, my nigga Hamish. I know you in heaven smiling. I hope there's a big booty bitches there. Can't wait for my inheritance. So actually Hamish is his stepfather. See, we are all lost. Hamish was a billionaire. So this is the kind of stuff that he tweets. Right, Scorpio? This is the kind of stuff he be tweeting right here. Weird stuff like this. Right after they pull that background. All right, so let's get into this then. These are the women that he has just like casually just stalked and went crazy on. He's just been very, ugh. So this one girl named Cray, even though he attacked her, shame on you, Cray, for using the tragedy to build your own name, to lie about me and my family, very distasteful. But this girl said this man has stalked her. Like, she's like, oh my God. And then there's another lady where she says, no one told me they released him from jail. I didn't even know he was released. Blah, 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 blah. Why didn't they tell me he was released? I'm like, they didn't tell you he was released. This girl's crazy. So this girl is like, okay, so here's the Cray girl. She says, hi, the man Brian, who has a photo with me, I signed his shoe. I never talked to him before in my life other than that show they were on. It was a meet and greet. I had no idea who he was until later. He's been blocked and banned from all of my shows since. I do meet and greets on every show because it's really important to me to connect with you guys. But this has really changed the way I would do things in the future. I've had several scary moments, restraining orders, and it's just getting to the point where meet and greets give me anxiety. And this is all because of Brian. All because of good old Brian. This is the young lady Cray. All right, so you can take a screenshot and read this later. This is a young lady Cray, and then this is what Brian posted about her on his tweet. So this is Cray right here. The girl says she's in fear for her life. He's weird. And now she has to switch up her own game. See, that's audio guy. That's his tweet. All right. Then we dig a little deeper. And we notice that this sucker was involved in a potential massacre. He wanted to go to this trilogy in Vegas called the Millennium and kill everyone there back in 2021. This is Brian. So this young man must have known him and told him, to everyone that's going to Exhibition Millennium Trilogy in Vegas, if you see this guy, please call the authorities immediately. He is dangerous and he has a record. Please be safe. Okay? So they were like, so this is a very, very troubled individual. Okay, so, and then they post him in a whole story that look, there's a massacre threats and stalking related arrests. All right, so they really opening this dude up. This dude is really scary and really creepy. And it's so funny. All this started with was someone saying why his stepson is not mourning. And now we've opened up a whole life on this kid. And these are some of the cases, some of the felonies. The reason why he said, I don't have a passport, I can't travel, I can't go to the ocean. Maybe one of these cases that he has right here, maybe they're felonies. And so now that's going to not allow him to be able to travel. Now, Anika, I must say I did not have the man who threatened to shoot up Trilogy being the stepson of British billionaire who is struck in the submarine. So everyone is like, that is so crazy. Now, this young lady named Aurora, I don't know what the hell he did to her, but she says it's not even been 2 years later. They released him from prison and didn't notify me. I found out through social media and he's following all my friends. So he went to jail behind this young lady here. I can only assume that he was stalking her. See, because it says, what the F? Been a year since my stalker was arrested. I just remember being at work and seeing the bail go from $100,000 to $750,000 within time. I got off crazy. So he is a stalker. He is weird. Oh my God. This guy does a lot. And he's always bothering girls on OnlyFans. So he's just weird. Totally, totally weird. Totally. So, okay, a lot of you guys are sending me stuff on IG. Let me go over. I know Pure has a lot of stuff that she sent me as well. All right, so let's see what this breaking news worldwide. All right, so let's talk about the debris that was found. Thank you, Pure. So debris found, Titan Ocean, submarine missing, blah, 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 blah. All right, so we'll play this because I haven't seen it yet. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to read it. Then I'll show it to you guys. So this is what they're saying happened. As it went down, it imploded. All right, so the instant collapse. The instant collapse of the pressure, the hull would immediately heat the air in the sub to around the surface of the sun's temperature as a wall of metal and seawater smashed one end of the boat to the other and in all around 30 milliseconds. Okay, so hold on. I just got a tweet. Wait, they just said, did someone get the tweet about the pictures? How do I find my notifications when someone send me a message? Like when your phone send you notifications. All right, CNN just said there's some horrific pictures. Did I just miss it? Anyone just got that? No, I just got no, there's an update, but it disappeared on me. How do I get my notifications whenever you have a notification? All right, apparently there's some horrific photos that are out. Hold on. It like just happened. How do I find my notifications? What is she doing? Yeah, let them be great. Yeah, I see her saying check out GAT. Yeah, let them. It's good for conversation. You can unblock her. Okay, now listen. I just saw an update, you guys, said horrific videos, horrific photos. Anybody see that? God damn it, and I didn't hit it. How do I find my CNN app? There's news. Okay, debris. Hold on. 5 aboard missing Titanic sub are dead after catastrophic implosion. No, I just heard about there was some photos down here. Oh my God. I just saw a story pop up and it said horrific photos. Nobody else saw that on their phone? Is it in my CNN? Let me find my CNN app. CNN. Nobody else? Do you have the EmpressParis _ would be the correct IG? EmpressParis _ Oh my God. How do I get my notification? So when you get notifications on your iPhone, where do they go? To where you can always find them? Like I get lucky sometime and find my notifications, but Let me see if I reset. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I know. Okay, here we go. Hunting photos show Oceangate testing had his doomed sub. I found it. I just have to reset. Oh, it says hunting photos show late Oceangate CEO Stockton Rush test diving his Titanic sub. Okay, so let's look at this.
This morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor. The ROV subsequently found additional debris. In consultation with experts from within the Unified Command, the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. Upon this determination, we immediately notified the families. On behalf of the United States Coast Guard and the entire Unified Command, I offer my deepest condolences to the families. I can only imagine what this has been like for them. And I hope that this discovery provides some solace during this difficult time. Additionally, we've been in close contact with the British and French consuls general to ensure that they are fully apprised and that their concerns are being addressed. The outpouring of support in this highly complex search operation has been robust and immensely appreciated. We are grateful for the rapid mobilization of experts on the undersea search and rescue, and we thank all of the agencies and personnel for their role in the response. We're also incredibly grateful for the full spectrum of international assistance that's been provided. The ROVs will remain on scene and continue to gather information. Again, our most heartfelt condolences go out to the loved ones of the crew.
All right, that's what I saw, y'all. Okay, so this is how I went and got my notifications. I just turned my phone, reset it, and then my notifications popped up. All right, exclusive. Stockton Rush, a 61-year-old adventurer and CEO who died this week, along with 4 other crew members in catastrophic implosion near the bow of the Titanic, appear in a series of never-before-seen surreal images captured during testing of the vehicle years ago. So let's see. In a series of May 2018 photos taken in Abaco, Bahamas, and obtained by Fox News Digital, Russ can be seen peering through the vessel's long porthole, testing out computer equipment inside and posing next to the 21-foot submersible on the deck of a ship before the test run. They were captured by underwater photographer Becky Kagan Scott, who said Rush had tested the vehicle numerous times in the area and she befriended the adventurer. The Titan was designed to reach depths of 4 1,000 meters, according to the Oceangate. The company Rush founded in 2009. It was meant for a variety of purposes, including scientific research, media production, and site surveying. Okay. The Titanic vanished Sunday, blah, blah, blah. We know that. So can we see the pictures? Oh, here you go. New assets on scene and missing Titanic Submarine search for Canada. But can we see him testing? All right. So these are the little pictures she got. So this is one picture of him. So this is a good photo of the craft. This is a good photo of the craft and that little window in the front. So this is 21 foot long, you guys. That's a good photo of the craft. All right, so let's see what else we got. We have him inside. Okay, so this is his little TV. All right, so this is him inside. Look at this. We got a little keyboard, little TV, little keyboard. You see that? That definitely doesn't look state of the art. You know, when we are growing up, just like when you look at Star Trek, we're used to dashboards with a whole lot of electronics on it. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like a dashboard with electronics and you know what I mean? Like communication devices. Not this. This is just like this look like me when I'm working at home on a little laptop and a little keyboard. Where my little laptop? And that look like me. I could be doing it. Okay, so does this look state of the art to you guys? Like it's empty as hell in there. Like there's no lights and red lights and don't push this button and hazardous exit and you know like lights. Like this looks so remote controlled. So Oceangate Stockton is seen inside the Titan submersible in the Bahamas in May of 2018. The submersible was designed for scientific research, site surveying, and media production, according to, you see, he said that this was for site surveying and media production, but he then turned it into, let's go see the Titanic. Okay, so he has a wife too. Stockton's widow, Wendy Rush, is a direct descendant of Isidore and Ida Strauss, who were among more than 1,500 people who died when the iconic vessel struck an iceberg. Okay, so Stockton's widow, Wendy Rush, is a direct descendant. So it's Stockton's wife. Stockton's wife is a direct descendant of Isidore and Ida Strauss, who were among the 1,500 people who died when the iconic vessel struck an iceberg in the Atlantic Ocean. So there's a connection. Okay. All right. Cyan, that's the connection. Look at him. So this is what the photographer took. This him peeping in. Look at this. He wanted to be with his wife, but from what I understand, his wife's still alive. It's the grandparents that are not alive. The wife's still living. That is so sad. I want to watch this again with y'all. Let's watch this video again.
This morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor. The ROV subsequently found additional debris. In consultation with experts from within the Unified Command, the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. Upon this determination, we immediately notified the families. On behalf of the United States Coast Guard and the entire Unified Command, Unified Command, I offer my deepest condolences to the families. I can only imagine what this has been like for them, and I hope that this discovery provides some solace during this difficult time. Additionally, we've been in close contact with the British and French consuls general to ensure that they are fully apprised and that their concerns are being addressed. The outpouring of support in this highly complex search operation has been robust and immensely appreciated. We are grateful for the rapid mobilization of experts on the undersea search and rescue, and we thank all of the agencies and personnel for their role in the response. We're also incredibly grateful for the full spectrum of international assistance that's been provided. The ROVs will remain on scene and continue to gather information. Again, our most heartfelt condolences go out to the loved ones of the crew.
So, you know what? I would really love to see these photos. Now, I wonder when they're going to release the photos of the debris. Like, when can we see the photos of the debris that's underwater so we can see the tail? Because remember, he said the tail and something else matched the, I just want to see the debris. I really do. I'm excited to see the debris. But this Brian kid is a trip. This is the guy that this is the stepson of the billionaire. This sucker here crazy and love to use the N-word. This one here blew me. I promise you it did. All right, so there is another story that I wanted to channel. And I wanted to kind of sort of talk about Nene a little bit with this guy because one of my tea sippers, Lana, found this video. So they're supposedly broken up. So, well, hold on. Let me introduce you to. So Peter, little cloud chasing self. I don't know why he would have this video running while Nene is out with her ex. So apparently Nene and this guy has broken up, but they're still meeting up, you know? That Peter is such a clout chaser, I swear. Like, it's like if I was out with my friends and they're going through a lot, why you got a camera in these people's face? So I don't know what Nene plans are with this gentleman. She told the world that she left him. I can't stand him either. But yet and still, she's continuing to do these meetups. And this man is kind of like, I don't know if she left him or what, but in this video, he's kind of like, listen, she's single. So I'll let y'all see it.
Isn't it amazing? Nene, the lights are on you, baby. Yo, baby, the lights are on you.
People can be friends.
Yo, the lights are on you. Yo, you know I'm going to post you a dollar. You better give me a good look.
She's single, I'm single, we friends.
Who's single?
She's single.
She's single?
Yeah, she's single.
You single?
But she said she see me.
Yo, I'm talking to you. You single?
Ow!
I'm talking to you. You single?
Why is this camera on my face? What is wrong with the cameraman?
She's single, she's single.
You single? I'm fucking talking to you.
What is wrong with the cameraman?
I want to hit you. You single?
I'm going to take a one out on you.
She's back in the market. She's back in the market, Peter. She's single.
You two idiots. These two idiots.
Oh, my God. I'm going to take an abuse warrant out.
Peter is so ill for doing that. But one thing I can say about this video, this man is very, This man is adamant on making sure he says, and he's repetitive, that she is single. But he shouldn't have had this camera up. And that man is fine. But I don't know what happened with this relationship. I don't know who did what. I don't know who shot John. But we do know that Nene started making these posts about this gentleman being a narcissist, and some people alluding to saying that he was a narcissist. He's controlling. Don't let nobody control you, blah, blah, blah. But this is what I be talking about with women. Like with me, if you ain't over with a relationship, if you feel as though you just hurt or something went on, and at some point you may want to go back and relive that, or, you know, get back into that, then I think you should fall back and not go to the internet with everything. She was quick to go to the internet and announce that they were single, but now you doing this.
Lights are on you, baby. Yo, baby, the lights are on you.
People can be friends.
Yo, lights are on you. I mean, you know I'm a poster in college. You better give me a good look for the phone.
She's single, I'm single.
That man said we single, we friends.
She's single?
Yeah, she's single.
You single?
So I don't understand that. If you're done with him and he's a narcissist and controlling, you are so quick. Within the same month, you right back in his presence. I feel as though if I'm not done, if I'm just broken and we broke up, right, and I'm hurt, and in my heart, I really like, damn, I want to get back. I want to, you know, can we talk or can we resolve this? I'm not putting no bad energy out there. I'm not putting no bad post out there, because I know in my heart, I want to be back with this man. So, girl, you done now, this dude probably can't even trust you because you were quick to go and start posting on the internet. Find me that post, Lana. She was so quick to start posting on the internet. She in her soft era. Now, girl, you sitting right there next to that man. Hey, Char, girl, still being flirted, and it don't look good. His wife suing Nene, and they pretending that like they not seeing each other. That's what you think it is? You think that they are fake breaking up because the lawsuit been going on. The lawsuit has been going on forever. Right? This alleged lawsuit. How long it take to sue somebody? We ain't seen the lawsuit documents yet. Remember when they first started going together, that lady said she was going to sue Nene. Has anybody released the lawsuit documents yet? I ain't seen them, because you know the internet be on it. I ain't seen the lawsuit documents yet. And if you saw Nene, is it because they were married when Nene started dating the man? Were they separated when Nene started dating the man? That was still up in the air. We could never get a clear answer on that. Nene and the gentleman that she's dating from Africa. Such a beautiful man, and that was her, and she seemed to be very happy. But I don't know what happened in this relationship. But Nene called this man controlling. And one thing with us seeing Nene for all these years, we know Nene controlling.
Nice to know you, baby.
We know this lady here controlling. We done saw her in action.
Nice to know you. I mean, you know I'm a poster in college. You better give me a good look for the phone.
She's single, I'm single. We friends.
Who's single?
That man said he's single.
Yeah, she said she see me.
Yo, I'm talking to you. You single? I'm talking to you. You single?
Why is this camera on my neck?
I hate this. Peter is such a clout chaser. Why would Peter, why would he post that? That's so embarrassing. She's very controlling, but why would clout chasing Peter, number one, pull out his phone and post that? She's very controlling, pretty and full of peace. But this is so embarrassing, and Peter need to do better. Then Peter put a post up. Naomi Culture and Nene Leakes. These MF is crazy as F, right? They were in Barron, Miami Beach. So apparently Nene went out of town with the man. So here. This is what's under the post. Nene Leakes. We are friends, not enemies. And then Naomi says, you will always be my queen. So that's at the top. But that's what I don't understand. Girl, you went in on this man. You posted so much weird stuff. He controlling. I feel like Peter always wanted to be. Peter, come on. Peter always wanted to be one of the girls. Peter is so fake. Why would he post that? That's so embarrassing. And then tag where they at. Peter, shame on you, sir. Shame on Mr. Peter. So here go Nene right here. So Peter, like, I like to show natural moments with my friends. That wasn't natural, boy. Because we're real people with real life. This beautiful young man is my son and his mom. They surprised me with a visit for Father's Day. What? This is confusing. That's confusing. So this is where Nene said, narcissists do not have the ability to self-reflect. They cannot see anything wrong with what they do, and they only see fault in your reaction. They believe every argument is caused by you, and because to them, there is no problem with their actions until you reacted to them. They 100% believe you are the problem and they are the victim. It's mind-blowing. So that's what Nene posts about that man. So Nene, how you gonna post this about that man and expect y'all? That man ain't going back with you, Pooh. And if he do, that'll be a blessing. But ladies, when you in a bad relationship, leave. But if you're in a relationship where there's just a few problems and you know you want, even if you're in a bad relationship, because some of y'all in bad relationships, but y'all want y'all bad relationship shit. And that ain't for me to judge y'all. But if you know you want it, work hard to stay in that bad relationship. Don't be fake and do stuff like this and then travel to Miami to hide and be sneaky. And then your clout chasing friend, Peter, pulls out the video camera and then catch y'all, you know, hanging out. Crazy. I feel bad for the girl. Also, I'll be posting jobs in my group called Entrepreneurs for the girls that are looking for jobs. One of my great hosts, her name is KB. She stayed sending me jobs that I need to post. So yeah, I'm gonna post some jobs for the girls that need jobs. It's up to you to go find a job, not me. You need to go and hit the link and sign up for the jobs. 1 minute and 36 seconds. I haven't been, they might be remote because this one is from Cigna, but you'll check them out. You can go in here and just check them out. Get y'all some jobs. This Cigna job might be remote. The Cigna group, it might be remote. Let's see. Hold on. I can't tell what it is. Contract, job opportunities, interview tips about us. I can't tell. You have to just go in. It's not letting me in. But you guys, so I'll just drop them in my group. But what I'm hoping for is for them to send us pictures of the debris, you guys, so we can see the wreckage. Because I'm looking forward to seeing the submarine wreckage, just to, not to verify. I mean, do y'all think when the wreckage blew up, do y'all think it blew up the people as well? Do you think the guys, like their bodies blew up as well? All right, hold on. We got another video. Oh, Peter. Peter is such a clout chaser. That man ain't with that. This is so uncomfortable to watch. Look at this. Peter is so disgusting. So I guess it's Peter's girlfriend. Now watch how this, look at this man's body language. My group is called Empire Entrepreneurs. You can find it. Oh, wait a minute. How many gifts I need? I need 2 shields and 40. I just need 2 shields.
Yo, I'm gonna post. They're back together again, people.
This is so crazy.
They're back. That's all you got? That's all I got. That's all you got? No. I'm gonna post. They're back together again, people. They're back together again, people. They're back. I'm getting it posted. Go ahead, give me a kiss. Come on, give me a kiss. Come on now.
You want that man, look.
Come on, guys. Stop fucking around.
We're just celebrating.
Yeah, just stop fucking around. Yo, Johnny was in Switzerland yesterday. Got on a jet just to come here on time. Okay? Just Switzerland yesterday. Don't lie. Okay? Yo, go ahead, give her a kiss. It's okay. It's okay to give her a kiss, Johnny. It's okay. Alright? I'm still here.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Yeah, really? You remember that? Yeah. It's my son.
Johnny's so crazy.
Oh, my son.
This is his mom.
It's fake.
He is such a clout chaser. This damn Peter annoys me. Why are you putting people in uncomfortable positions? $4:30, $5:30, $6:30. I went live at 4:30.